Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm going to show you how I set up the charts, and I'm going to go over a few things. So basically, you have your chart set up any way you want, whatever color or candles you want, background. Okay. As far as getting all this other stuff up here and all this writing up here, this here you want to keep because that's the crosshair. So if you just right click on the custom bar here, you can remove everything. Don't remove that, and don't remove the crosshair is called a chart value tool. Okay, I have these things here so I can illustrate on my charts, and you can find all of these tools in tools. Okay, and once you put in what you want, you press OK. As far as what studies I have over here, I don't need this one anymore. I have the time. The green box you see at 9:30. That you can find over here, and I set it from 9:30 to 9:35, and you always want to uncheck these things so you don't have any writing up here. And I make it that color. And then you get the countdown timer. Uncheck all these boxes, and I set this to 30 so it's nice and bright. And that's basically what I have in this chart. Now, the settings for this, you have to make another chart, which all you have to do is just right click on here and duplicate chart. And once you do that, uh, you would just right click on here, click on the studies, and you should just have one study up here for the next chart. And you'd find this down here where it says TPO profile chart. And you click it there, and then you open up the settings, and this is the settings for the lines. So I'm going to put them like this so you can see. So everything you see here and over here, you want to duplicate what I have. So as you can see, everything here, and you can see I got rid of the initial thing over there, made it black. Whatever I have here, if you want it to look like mine, you can just do exactly the same thing. And that'll take care of that. Once you're all done with that, you go to, these are the settings. And up here, I think its default is 0. I made that 2. And you just copy all this. And I'm just using TPOs, which is the TPO stands for time, price, opportunity. In other words, time spent at a level. So when we get this note over here, it's caused because I'll show you. It spent more time out of all the places. It spent more time at 06 than any of the other places in a 24-hour period. So over here, it's normally defaulted at 70, but the real standard deviation is 68.3, so I make it 68. And go right from here, you can see everything. I don't really think I did any other changes there. And that would be that. When you're all done, you press apply, and I just kind of like move it over to here. And this is where I got my extreme level right up here. I'm using this over here as a high volume node. Let's see, I guess, let's see, we got a high of 38.75 and a low of 37 and a quarter. So that's 6, we'll make it 3. We'll make it 37.75. So I'll just change this, lock it, and then lock it. So when you take a horizontal line and you put it on whatever number you want it at, and then put it on there, and then you go back to here, and if you right click, you can make it whatever color you want, whatever width you want. And when you're all done, you'd lock it, and then if you want to put some writing in here, whatever you want to call it, that would have been whatever I made. HVN means high volume node, so I don't really need that one because there's nothing there, so I'll just erase it. And That's basically how I set up my chart. Um, Usually, when I get into a trade, when I get up about 6, I move my stop to +1. When it gets up 16, the stop automatically moves to +10, and then I start monitoring the trade. Okay, now I use the market profile. This is Wednesday's action. I use the market profile. Uh, I'd be looking at Tuesday's action. So forget about these lines because this is for tomorrow. So the market opened above the extreme. So when it opens above the extreme and it drives, I'm looking for trades to go long. And once you get past the uh, this profile, you have to go to the next profile. And you can see up here, this area up here would have been the extreme up here, and bust through all of this stuff. Uh, this would have been a high volume node right over here, and if I was trading, I would have taken this. Let me make it bigger so you can see. So if this level right over here at looks like 31.75, so I would have had my entry right above this pin bar here because I've been resting right on it, and that would have been my poke bar, which ends up being the same as doing a Ross hook. So it would have been no entry, hesitation, and then this would have been a Ross hook, and I could have got in at we'll say 32, and the thing just shoots right up there, and you get up about 18, so maybe you grab 10 on there, and then you get this one, and it just nips out the high. So there's your 2B, and then there's the break. 2B is where price just pierces the last high. So this is a higher high, and this is a higher low, and it just pierces it. And once we take, to me, it's a broken 1-2-3, because if it was a double top over here, that would have been a 1-2-3. But once it passes it, it becomes a 2B formation. So you got a 2B, and once it breaks this point 2 area over here, you take a pullback right to here, right off of this candle here, and you get in at 35, and without any hesitation, you go from 35 down to say 28. So that's 28 ticks. So maybe you end up with about 25, 23, somewhere in that area. And then look what happens. The heart and soul of my trading isn't just the market profile. That's just what it takes setups at it, but what it is the market structure. So if I'm making a higher high and a higher low and a higher high and a higher low, and this here was a setup at a level right at the node, and it was also a Ross hook. It was also a poke bar. Okay, now I'm up here at the extreme, and you see this formation and it plummets through. Well, there's your pullback right there, and let's see, you get in at 35, puts you in a whole 7 ticks, and then you close up +1, and then you take the nice ride. So you've made it. So there's your hat right there. So you have a 2B follow, usually a 2B followed by a 1-2-3. It's going to come down. So then you get a pullback, and then it makes a lower low. So right up here is where you take your entry. So you give this guy, give this guy a tick because you went down about 3 or 4 bars, and you get filled, put you in a whole 1 tick, and move the stop to +1, and you might have been taken out over here. And it does it again, and where's your entry? Right here at 28.50, 29.50. So that might have turned into a loss. In fact, it would have been a loss. So, well, where did this thing go down here? You got in at 31. Price went. Oh, well, price went down 18. So you picked up 10. You picked up. What did I get in here? I got in here at 35. Went down at 20. Say 28. That's 7. That's 28. So we'll say 23. Another 10. That's 33. A loss. That you're up 18. And what do we have here? Oh, you got nothing there. And then you get this 1, 2, 3 right over here. Well, hold on a second. You get another 2B down over here. See, we made a lower low, and here's a quick pullback. Well, you're not going to get in over here with one candle after a big run. So you got a 2B. It breaks the 2B, just like it did up here. Just going the other way. Breaks the 2B. Right over here. You're taking a pullback right to there, and you're on your way. So you're getting in at 1450, and you're up 6. You're up 24. So you end up with about 19. And then you take this pullback, you miss. You take this pullback, you finally get connected over here. You don't get very much. Would you get in it? 1750. Oh, my error. You're up 17, so you end up with 10 on that deal. And that's it. So you got 10. So you lost 15 over here. You got 10. You got missed that guy. Oh, you got this guy here. Forgot it. Let me see what you get in that guy. So you got 1450. So you got 18 here and 10 there. That's 28. You lose 15. You're up 13. And then you get all of this stuff here where you pick up a 10 and you pick up a 28. So for Wednesday it's pretty good. But that's really the deal. I'll pull back to any day. I'll just let me find, here it is. I'll just pull back arbitrarily, as long as it's not a Wednesday. Okay, here's August 1st. So this got to go. If that's August 1st, I got to bring this to the 31st of July. Always the day before. Okay, so that looks like the 31st. So we're inside of value. That's value high. That's the point of control. That's value low. So you're in value. So you're looking at price structure. So you got this 1, 2, 3, and then it forms another 1, 2, 3, and not such a great day here. Well, you would get this trade and probably end up with a +1. Then that gives it a 1, 2, 3 there. And not a whole lot. Well, you got a whole. What do you got here? You didn't make it. Yeah, bad. You didn't really make too much money in that day, if any. So let me try another day. Okay, so there's a Wednesday, and now we'll bring this to a. Where is it? We'll bring this to a Thursday. It's Wednesday and Thursday. Let's see if the action's better. So where are we? So we open up in value, and right over here is the point of control, which is at '07. It goes up 6. So you break even here. Then we come down here. We take a pull back to there at 650. That gets you 20. So you end up with 15. And then I got a poke bar up here on this side, on this red bar right here. So I'm getting in at 775. And looks like well, why is that bar so big? Well, whatever it is. Pretty crummy in the beginning of August. Well, it pulls back to here, and here's where I would take the, because now the structure is up. It took out this swing over here, and it makes this a higher high, and you get something over there. And once we take out the low, this would have been a line over here for this little valley over here at 93. So I would have put a trade on over there at 93, and it went up to 16. You get 10. Then we come down here, and you get a pullback here, and you end up breaking even there. You get a 1, 2, 3. Not a whole. Let me find a better day. That's a Wednesday. Alright, let's try this one here. 818, so I gotta bring this to 817. Alright, it is 817. So we're out of value right here. So we make a lower low down here, and there's your pullback right up there. And it'll probably end up with a +1 there before it shoots down. Then we make a new low. It never took out the high there, so you're still in a down mode. So we finally get past here. We make a new low, and this is the last place where there's a pullback right here. This is not a pullback. This is an engulfing candle, but that's a pullback right there. And this guy you take for a nice ride. So where are we getting in here? You're getting in at 0350. And without any hesitation, 0350, you're up like 11 points, which is 44. So you end up at about 35, 40, something like that. And this would have been the next pullback. It never happened, and then you had a 2B. So the 2B breaks, then the 2B breaks again, and it ends up being a break even there. Comes down here, gives you a 1, 2, 3. So now the trend has changed. Nothing there. And pretty much the end of the session here. Yeah. Let's bring it into September where maybe there was better action. That's the holiday. Alright, so here's September 5th. So I'll bring this to September 4th. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do this one because I think the day before was Labor Day, and that would make it. So that's Wednesday. We'll go to Thursday. Well, you kind of get the point. I don't even need this here. So you got this 1, 2, 3 at the top. It breaks, pull back. In fact, I remember this trade. 1, 2, 3, pull back and down. Then you get this 2B. It breaks, pull back, up. You're getting over here. This probably ends up being a break even. Here's a 2B break. There's your pullback right there. 46.50. Puts you in a whole 9 ticks, and then you go for a ride, at least up to here. which is almost 10 points. We get a pullback, it goes up again, you catch another ride. And that'd be the end of that session. And last one, I'll just show you what happened on Tuesday. Today is what, 27th? Alright, here's Tuesday. Nice price action on Tuesday. So 25th. Alright, so there's the 25th. So, what do we have here? Well, we had this right out of the box here. You got this 1, 2, 3 and down. You could have taken this one. That'd be a break even anyway. There was that node up here where I ended up with a +1. Oh, I know what happened here. At the Valley High over here. This is the Valley High, okay? And we get this down candle here. And I got in at a break of that with a poke bar. So 1, 2, 3, poke bar break, and shot up there. And so right over here you get a break and a pullback, not much. Then you get this break and then you catch this pullback, and I remember this one here. Once it takes out the low here and it takes out the low there, and I take a pullback there at 650, I think I took it right down to the Valley High. That's what I did, right down there. And then I had a pullback to here, which got me a few. And when it went up higher, I think I got a little bit there. And so higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, and then lower high just missed, and that'd be the end of that. But you get the point. All right. If you have any other problems, let me know.